Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're plugging into the electronic brain of your car. We're going to decode that invisible, super high-speed conversation that happens every single time your foot even thinks about touching the pedal, and how that simple press translates into silent, powerful motion. So let's just start with a really simple question. In that split second between you pressing the accelerator and the car just surging forward, what's actually happening in there? It feels completely instant, right? But it's really the result of this lightning-fast electronic conversation. To really get it, we kind of need to shift our whole perspective. Think of a modern electric car less like a traditional machine, with gears and pistons, and more like a living thing, an organism with this incredibly sophisticated electronic nervous system making countless decisions every single second. Okay, so at the very heart of this electronic nervous system, you've got the brain of the whole operation. It's the central processor, and it's known as the Vehicle Control Unit, or VCU for short. The VCU is the master coordinator. It's constantly getting information from all over the car, from you, from all the sensors, from the other controllers, and its main job is to make those big, high-level decisions and then send out crystal-clear commands to the rest of the vehicle's network. So, this process here, it really breaks down that instantaneous feeling into 4 key steps. Your simple action, just pressing the pedal, gets translated by the VCU into a super precise calculation for the required torque. That's the twisting force that actually gets the wheels spinning. And then that number is fired off as a direct command to the motor. It is a perfect instantaneous electronic chain of command. But the brain can't do all the heavy lifting by itself. It needs to direct the really powerful systems that manage and deliver the energy that actually moves the vehicle. And that brings us to the absolute core of any electric vehicle, what's known as the three-electric system. It's this constant loop between the battery, which is your energy reservoir, the motor, which actually creates the motion, and the electronic controls that act like gatekeepers, managing the immense flow of power between them. Now, within that control system, we have 2 critical specialists. You've got the Motor Control Unit, the MCU, which is basically the muscle. It takes the VCU's command and makes the motor spin at the exact speed and force needed. And at the same time, you have the Battery Management System, or BMS. Think of it as the guardian, constantly watching the battery's temperature, its charge, and its overall health to make sure you get peak performance and, of course, stay safe.
But here's the thing. This whole architecture, this central brain with its specialized helpers, it's already evolving into something even more powerful.
The journey here has just been remarkable. We started with cars that had dozens of these small separate controllers for every little function. Now we're in the era of a centralized VCU. But the future? The future is in domain controllers. A good way to think of them is like specialized lobes of the brain. One powerful unit just for autonomous driving, another just for the smart cockpit, and so on. And this is the crucial point, this shift isn't just about making the car more efficient. It's a necessary evolution. Think about it. For a car to automatically brake for a pedestrian, it needs to process data from cameras, radar, and speed sensors all at once. The old way, with dozens of separate little controllers, is just too slow and too clunky for that kind of complex, split-second decision. Okay, so we've got all these individual electronic brains. From the master VCU to the specialized domain controllers, how in the world do they all work together to create one single, seamless driving experience? Well, the best way to visualize it is to think of a symphony orchestra. The VCU, that's your conductor, setting the tempo and interpreting what you, the driver, want. The MCU is the powerful muscle, the percussion and brass sections delivering all the force. The BMS is the ever-watchful guardian, making sure the orchestra's energy and health are perfect. And these new domain controllers, they're the virtuoso soloists, handling the incredibly complex pieces like autonomous driving. And all of this leads to one final, really fascinating thought. This electronic architecture is getting more powerful and way more specialized every single year. So as these digital nervous systems get faster and smarter, what incredible new abilities will our cars unlock next? The possibilities? Well, they're really just beginning to unfold.